Andrea or Britt are recording. Okay. So tonight's call is going to be about balancing just regular life, all the things, being busy, moms, working, all of those things, and also trying to fit coaching into it and how to find that balance. And so, as always, take what pieces work for you and make it yours. Because this can work and this can fit into any type of life, but you have to find the system that works for you. So I'm going to share some things that work for me, some things I've learned so far in the last year, and hopefully it's beneficial to you. Oh, I'll check the chat every once in a while. I'm on my phone. So if you have questions, put that in there, just pop in and ask them or tell me to repeat. Hopefully I'm not cutting out tonight because I'm trying from the phone. Okay, so we're trying to do all the things, and we feel like we might not be doing anything all that great because we're thinking about coaching all the time. We're thinking the kids and our job and all of those things all of the time. And then we're getting this feeling that we're not doing any of them really that good. And that's not what we want. And so when you think about what this coaching job can do for you, ultimately, one of the big goals at some point is that you have time freedom. And so if you're thinking about coaching all day long, you don't have time freedom. So one thing is to just make sure that you're not working or coaching or whatever you think, working your businesses 24/7 all the time. You do, but you do need to get, laser focused in on what you're doing. Of trackers, because when you do have 10 minutes here and 10 there, you don't want to spend that time thinking about what should I do for the 10 minutes because now it's gone. And so you always need to be prepped and know that when that time is there, this is what I'm going to do always. And so that's why I always like to have a tracker going, or a list. I like to use the calendar option on my phone. And so before bed, I'm somebody that's maybe like you, probably like most women, our minds are thinking all the time. And I'm creating lists in my head as I'm trying to go to sleep. And so I will write down, 2 or 3 like big things that I want to make sure, maybe not big things, but important things that I want to get done as far as coaching. And I'll put it in like as an alert in my calendar for the next morning at like 4:30 a.m. when I'm going to be up working. And so make sure that you already have some system that works for you, whether it is a tracker you like, a list, whatever, that when the time comes up and you have a 10-minute pocket, you're waiting for the kids to get done with practice and you're in the car and you're on your phone, you can use those 10 minutes. Because if you can find little bits of those 3 or 4 times a day, it's literally the Success Club tracker. It's the networking connecting tracker that Brittany made for us from the call last week. It's just doing that consistently over time. And we all go through busy seasons of life. I mean, Emily just popped on. Emily is like finishing her master's degree, teaching kindergartners full time, and getting married in like 2 weeks, and all the things. And she's finding time to do this. So we all have something that's busy for us, but it's just planning and staying organized. And if you say like, I'm not a planner, I'm not open. And so, just keep showing up, because those consistency things, they pile up over time. And you just don't want to let anything get to, like, on a scale of 0 to 10, you don't want to get any area to a 0. Like, you don't want to stop showing up with your workouts for an entire week or something, or, go to a 0 with your personal development. You never want that to go to 0. And so, while all of them are not going to be at 10s all the time, they don't need to be. Just don't let it get to 0. And so when you are busy, like Emily, that has a lot going on right now, maybe you scale back on a couple of things. Maybe your personal development is a few minutes instead of a half an hour. Maybe you're doing just super short workouts and you're not doing any like doubles or hours or whatever. And maybe you're sending invites only once a week and not twice or 3 times or whatever. So finding ways to kind of scale that back, because zeros, I really think, just totally kill your momentum and the things that you've built up for so long trying to be consistent. So you just letting things, any type of progress or momentum you have going on. And it's not to say that if you have done that and you've gotten to a zero that you can't pick it back up, because you can create your own momentum anytime. It's just easier if you just keep it going. Even if you're just at a 3, 4 out of 10, that's still better than getting down to zero. So those, in a nutshell, that is really my biggest like things: lists, trackers. Time, if this job required this, I wouldn't be able to do it. So don't spend it doing non-business building activities. Are in a busy season, then you're not going to be spending it making like pretty graphics. That you can get by without that. Snap the picture, get a filter on it, and get your post up. Nothing needs to be perfect, because just by doing, it's the old saying of like, even if you're walking your miles, you're going to be lapping the people on the couch. So just keep doing. And so if there's any questions, pop in. Otherwise, I'm going to have us start. Let me check the chat quick. Nothing, I don't think. An activity, and I wanted you to bring a paper and pencil, because I did this at Andrea's leadership retreat, and it really helped me. I was going back to school. I've been off. I'm a teacher, so I've been off for the summer, and I was getting ready to go back to school right after this retreat. And one complaint I had all summer was like, oh, my husband gets to work all summer with his best friend. We can figure that out ourselves. Actually, we don't need anybody else's permission to figure that out. And so what I did was I wrote down a schedule of what my ideal day would look like, knowing that that's not what it's going to look like every single day. But the point of the activity is to write down what a normal Monday through Friday would look like. And so basically how I started was I put things down, like the big things, like, what do I have to do? Well, from 7:30 to 3:30, I have to go to work because I'm under contract to teach this year. So I need to put that down. I need to drop off kids at daycare before that, which means we need to leave the house at 7 to get to daycare and preschool. And so I wrote that down. And I kind of backwards planned, like, I need to feed the family at this, so I put those things in. I kind of made a rough draft, and then I went back and tweaked it for us. Things, those are great things I get to do, but those are things that like need to be done. And then I went back and I thought, okay, so if I really was serious during the school year with my business and I want to give it an hour a day, where is that hour going to be? And not only where is it going to be, where in the day is it going to be super consistent that I will almost always have it with no interruptions? And I'm like, okay, so I get up at 5 o'clock to work out. That seems plenty early. Do I need to get up any earlier than that? Maybe I can work out after, or not work out, work after school, or maybe I can work, before the kid or after the kids go to bed. Well, none of that to me is really guaranteed, because you're tired after a full work day. My brain is shutting down. I can't get great work done by then. And so to me, I'm a morning person. My best stuff is going to be in the morning, but yet I work out. So when am I going to do that? And it just dawned on me like, duh, I need to work and then work out, because I know that I can get my workout in even if my kids wake up. If you saw my stories today, I'm literally holding Millie as my weight for leg day. No joke. So I can do my workout with them. And heck, it makes for great stories because it's funny. But I can't work productively with them how I would want to. And so I switched it, and I'm like, okay, so I'm still needing to work out at 5:30-ish because I need to be out of the house for this time. But, what time frame do I want to get up now to be able to work my business. And I will say I set the alarm for 4:15 every day. Brittany already does it, so she's used to it. But so I get up 45 minutes earlier than I did prior. And the first week it was a little hard. Literally now I wake up and before my alarm even goes off, and I haven't missed a day since school started, and it's my favorite time of day, and it's my guaranteed time that I get to work my business. So I told Andrea and Brittany this, my only struggle every morning is when my Energize is kicking in and I get like really laser focused in on the work. And then I'm torn between going to do my workout and continuing to work. So the activity that we're going to do is, and if you want to leave the call and go do this yourself, and maybe that's what we can do, but I'll hang on for a few questions if you have any, but is write out on a piece, like write out the times. Like I have to go to work at this time. I have to be here at this time on a normal day. I know there's appointments and random things, but just on an ideal day where there's nothing extra added, what would a weekday look like? And then where do you have consistent time that's not going to be taken from you? For me, that only that time was in the morning, and maybe you have other times during your day, but find that time and then get your business time scheduled in there. Because what I found, it was so relieving to look at it. I have mine right here, and I was like, wow, I actually have like so much time in the day. Like, I can't believe that I thought I needed to be on my phone constantly when I was with the family, because I got to, get some follows in, and I got to get some likes in and comment on people's stuff and connect and whatever. Because I'm like, holy cow, I have tons and tons of time. I actually have this time to work and this little pocket here. I can totally put my phone away after school when I pick up the kids and we're cooking dinner and we're getting ready and doing baths and all that, because I have so much time. And so it was very liberating to see it on paper of like how much time is in a day. And let's see what people are saying. Oh, yeah. I've used that excuse before, that I'm on my phone because I'm working and you're just scrolling your phone because you're on Twitter or whatever football fantasy site you're on. Yes. So yes. And it stops the mindless scroll because you're totally laser focused. Because I know in the morning that I am following people, connecting, commenting, have certain things on my tracker list that I do. And so boom, you get to work, you don't think about it. So go ahead, I guess. And unless you have questions on like what I mean by the schedule and that sort of thing, go ahead and start writing it out. Oh yeah, this is good. In the chat, Emily says she's been starting to set a timer. It helps her stay more focused. Otherwise she jumps around and has 10 things started without completing anything. So having a purpose and focus really helps. I love the timer idea. When Brittany and I have led power hours for our team, we time it, and it is pretty amazing to watch or to kind of actually notice like what 5 minutes of commenting is. Some tasks you feel like you're doing long enough and you're really not, and some you're spending way too long doing and you really should be shortening them up. So anyway, any other comments or questions? All right, so what we'd like you to do, this helped me a ton, and so hopefully it's worthwhile to you to take some time to like write out what your ideal schedule is, and then where can you schedule those things that you want to do. Like, you want to work the business, where is that time? Where is your family time where your phone can be put away? Where is, whatever. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. Brittany, do you have anything? Did I miss anything? No? Okay. We're good. Should we keep recording, Brittany, or do you think we should let people go and do this?
We can probably end recording, but just make sure that you take the time now. Take 10 minutes and write